It's Sam here with Stolt Fitness, and today I wanted to talk about squatting. It's a very, very important exercise and one that's going to help you develop every other part of your body just as much as it's going to help you develop your legs. Because squatting requires, if done properly, almost requires a full body workout because you have to keep everything else tight when you do your squat properly. So this is going to talk about doing your squat properly. One of the most common mistakes that I see people making when they are squatting is, and I'll try to show you this in a second, but they bend at their knees first before they start bending at their waist. And this ends up causing problems with their knees because they tend to drive them far past their knees and they are on the balls of their feet, which makes it much harder. You want to keep the center of gravity right over your heels almost. Maybe right in front of, like above the arch of your foot almost. So instead of the first movement of your squat be to bend at your knees, first movement of your squat should be bending at your hips. Bending at your hips. So I'm going to just try to show you this really quickly and think of this next time you're going to do your squatting. Alright, so hopefully you can see this, but when you're squatting, I see this is one of the most common mistakes that I see people making. So I've got the bar on my shoulders here. And initially, and I might be exaggerating this slightly, but this is how it looks. They're coming down and they go like this. Now, it might not look horribly wrong, but you're going to get much more muscle firing, much more muscle fiber firing, and you're going to take a lot of that extra stress off of your knees by starting, instead of starting like that, start by doing this. So it's going to look more like this. Your butt and your hips are going to drop back first, and then you're going to sit down. So instead of doing this as you come down, and you can see my knees are fairly far in front of my toes, it's going to be, my butt and everything is going to drop back, and if you do this right, you're also going to feel a lot more in your hamstrings and your glutes. And that's because you're engaging more muscle fiber. So again, you're bringing your butt and hips, everything back, and then you're dropping down. So you can see that much more of the weight is on my heels on that versus going like this where it's on the front of my toes. So let me show you one more time where you're coming forward with your knees on that one, and this one you're dropping your butt back and your hips back. So you're engaging your hamstrings and your glutes and you're squatting down. And as you can see, my toes are actually off the ground. So that's just one little tip that I have for next time you go to squat to engage a lot more muscle fiber. If you enjoyed this video and want to see others like that, press that subscribe button. If you know somebody else who has a fucking horrible squat, share this video with them. I'm sure they would appreciate it. And I will see you on the other side.